Yes?
Why was this room so well hidden?
After Monsegur, my ancestors were very careful about announcing their presence. Even I, as a boy, knew nothing of this place.
Maybe the fresco is important.
Perhaps it denotes a dark time in our history. But wait, there is something strange.
Go on.
Each of the escaping Cathars is carrying a tabula.
But you said there's only one tabula.
That is right. So, why would they paint this lie?
Maybe to hide the real destination?
Of course, and only a Gnostic would know the right one.
So you say the Cathars are Gnostics?
The Cathars were a medieval religious movement based on Gnosticism. Nowadays, we simply call ourselves Gnostics.
So the tabula is the key to the power of God?
Yes, it is an object of tremendous power.
Wow, this Albigensian crusade sure must have been a bloody affair.
Few were spared. But it was only one episode in 2 millennia of persecution.
Take a look at this.
I don't think that will help us.
The fresco deserved a proper examination. The fresco was surrounded by dusty inscriptions. My Latin was a little rusty, but I could still translate. Ex igne puritas, from fire, purity. Ex luce veritas, from light, truth. Ex labore sapientia, from struggle, knowledge. Cathars being burned at the stake. A town of northern Catalonia. Cathars fleeing across the Pyrenees to escape the slaughter of the Albigensian crusade. They seem to be carrying something. Cathars, they seem to be a town of northern Catalonia. A town of northern Catalonia. The mountain fortress of Montsegur burning after its capture by the Crusaders. Knights of the Albigensian Crusade. A town of northern Catalonia. It was a large marble statue of an old man with a beard. The statue held aloft a colored glass lens. These statues...
What of them?
They're just like the figures in the painting, and on the fireplace.
Indeed, they are the two pillars of the Gnostic faith in harmony. And the bearded one is Yahweh, Jehovah, God of the physical world. The other is known by many names. Hillel, Ishtar. He is the bearer of light, Luxfere, Lucifer.
Lucifer? So you guys are devil worshippers?
No. When he is in balance with Jehovah, Lucifer is the god of desire and ambition, driving humans to be inquisitive, to discover, to advance. Just as Jehovah, when he is in balance with Lucifer, is the god of order. Jehovah stands for selflessness and altruism. Gnostics worship the harmony of both gods in balance.
But what if one were to rule without the other?
If Jehovah ruled without Lucifer, then individuality would be surrendered, Mankind would be wholly conformist, mindlessly dependent, mere pawns of a controlling power.
And what if Lucifer ruled without Jehovah?
Ambition and desire would be transformed into unbridled greed, and man would lust only for wealth and power. Society would descend into chaos, disorder and war would prevail. Then Lucifer would be the devil indeed.
It was a candelabrum holding a single candle. I decided not to leave quite yet. I was sure there was more to discover up here. Marquez had told me that this was a statue of Lucifer. Marquez had told me that this statue was of Jehovah. It was a glass wheel divided into 6 colors, and it looked like it could be rotated. Part of the lens was covered. That wouldn't work. Senor?
Yes?
So, Jehovah, he's God, isn't he?
He is the central figure in Abrahamic religions, but he represents just one aspect of our Gnostic beliefs, the physical world.
So this statue is Satan?
Not Satan, Lucifer.
Okay, so not evil?
The church demonized Lucifer to suit their own ends. He represents the spiritual and intellectual elements of the world. Good and evil are simply products of the human condition.
Does all that colored light falling on the fresco mean anything?
I don't know, senor. That is why I need you to help me.
What's the deal with these lenses that the statues are carrying?
Clearly, they change the color of light that is reflected onto the fresco.
But why? And why the different colors? You talk about balance. What does that mean?
Harmony comes from the balance of Jehovah, who offers order, and Lucifer, who brings ambition. Only under their dual influence will man become enlightened, see the light.
Wow, this Alba Jensen crusade sure must have been a bloody affair.
Few were spared.
But, so...
Indeed.
It was a glass wheel, part of the lens. That... Nothing happened. That wasn't going to have any effect on the candelabra. Just what this place needed. Bit of mood lighting. If only I had a few scatter cushions. Light shone through the glass of the medallion, causing dappled red light to fall on the fresco. It meant something, but I didn't know what. I'm pretty... That was... The color changed from yellow to green. The color changed from green to turquoise. The color changed from turquoise to blue. The color changed from blue to magenta. The color changed from magenta to red. It was an ornate glass disc divided into 6 colored segments. Light shone through. The color changed from yellow to green. The color changed from green to turquoise. The color changed from turquoise. The color changed from blue to the color changed from magenta to red. I needed a... Nope. It was a candelabra. The candle was... Light shone through the glass of the medallion, causing dappled red light to fall on the fresco. Signor?
Yes?
Any more thoughts on those legs?
Clearly, they change the color of light that is...
But why? Knights of the Cathars being burned at the stake. A town of North... The color changed from red to yellow. The color changed from yellow to green. Light shone. The color changed from red to yellow. The color changed from yellow to... The color changed from... The color changed... The color changed... That would be... Light shone through the glass of the medallion, causing dappled red light to fall on the fresco. The color changed from green. The color changed from... The color changed... The color changed... The color changed from red to yellow. Light Now was not the time to play with experimental homemade... I'm pretty sure I did. The color changed from magenta. Light shone through the glass. Marquez had told me. A town of northern Catalonia. That was Cathars being burned. The mountain fortress of Montsegur burning after its capture by the Crusaders. Marquez had told me. The color changed from red. The color changed from. Light shone through the glass of the medallion, causing dappled red light to fall on the fresco. The window illuminated the glass in the statue's hand. The color changed from yellow. Light shone through the glass of the medallion, causing dappled red light to fall on the fresco. The color changed from green to turquoise. The color changed from turquoise to blue. The color changed from magenta to red. The color changed from red to yellow. The color changed from yellow to green. The color changed from green to turquoise. The color changed from turquoise to blue. The color changed from red to yellow. Light shone. The color changed from green to turquoise. The color changed from turquoise to... The color changed from blue to magenta. The color changed from magenta to... The color changed from... The color changed from... The color changed from green to turquoise. The color changed... That was almost... Light shone through the glass of the medallion, causing dappled red light to fall on the fresco. Marquez had told me that this statue was of Jehovah. The color changed from yellow to green. Light shone through the glass of the medallion, causing dappled red light to fall on the fresco. Marquez. The color changed. The color changed. The color changed. The color changed from yellow to... Light shone through the glass of the medallion, causing dappled red light to fall. Senor?
Yes?
So, are there any other secrets within the fresco?
The root of the Tabula Veritatis. That is a big enough secret, is it not?
Does all that colored light falling on the...
I don't know, said.
Any more...
Clearly, they...
But why? So let me get this straight. The not...
That's right.
But more...
Correct.
Light streamed through the window onto a lens. I removed the small leather cover to reveal a crude crystal lens. Colored light streamed through and shone onto the fresco. A town of northern Catalonia. Red light from the medallion fell onto the fresco, mixing with the other colored light. The color changed from green to turquoise. Red light. The color changed from turquoise.
The light is showing the path of the bonzom.
The what?
The sacred trail my ancestors took across the Pyrenees, carrying the Tabula Veritatis, from Montségur across the mountains to this town.
And which town is that?
I don't know. That I cannot answer. But its coat of arms is quite distinctive.
But how does it bring us closer to the tabula?
It tells us the route the tabula took 800 years ago.
I think that's all we're going to find up here.
You're right. We should return to the hall. Eva will be getting worried.
Okay, we found the route of the Bonzom Trail. How does it help us?
It must somehow relate to the painting.
Papa, are you crazy? What are you doing?
I'm fine, don't fuss.
You got me out here to look after you, so let me do it. Ramon is outside keeping watch.
Georges, I'm glad you're safe. What did you find?
There's a secret chapel above the fireplace. But it's not your average everyday chapel. It's a Gnostic chapel. All laid out for worshiping not one god, but two.
What?
I'll tell you when we have more time.
You know, I found some things too, which might connect with all that. Come to the library. Oh, could you bring the painting? I think we're going to need it.
Eva?
Yes?
Let me know if there's anything I can do to help your father.
I will. Thanks.
Are you all right, Senor Marquez?
I am fine. Just winded, that's all.
Any idea what Nico might have found?
Parts of this house have been sealed off for a long time. You go. I will stay here.
You really had no idea that the Gnostic chapel was behind the fireplace, did you?
No, but the house is full of secrets.
Can you tell me any more about this trail of the Bonzom?
It was the secret route taken by my ancestors across the Pyrenees. The route that brought the tabula to Catalonia. What are you doing with La Malediccio?
Nico found something and asked me to bring the painting. I promised to take care of it. The fireplace controlled the passage.
Eva, go with him. Make sure the painting comes to no harm.
I should stay with you, Papa.
Don't worry about me. La Malediccio is more important.
Have you brought the painting?
Sure, why do you want it?
Because I found out what Guénon was up to.
The Guénon who tried to buy the painting from Madovsky?
No, Guénon who led the fascists here during the Civil War. Guénon who then spent months here searching for something. And who vanished one day, leaving that trunk full of goodies over there.
You think he's connected to the Guénon who wrote the letter to Madovsky?
It seems likely that they were related.
Maybe. So what's the plan you've uncovered?
Take a look at this. It's Guénon's map. He was searching for something.
Searching for what exactly?
The Tabula Veritatis, I guess.
You think he found it?
I doubt it. If he had, then people wouldn't still be chasing after the painting.
So why did you want me to bring it?
See this scribble in the sea?
It's the same shape as the circles around the Ouroboros.
Yes, Guénon thought that pattern in the painting had something to do with a map of Catalonia.
So, I guess we try to finish what Guénon started. I'd put money on those circles around the Ouroboros being places in Catalonia.
But which places?
Maybe the painting can give us some more clues. Eva.
Yes?
Do you have any idea what we should be looking for?
What do I know? You're the ones who think there are secrets hidden here.
This map is confusing.
Maybe Guénon had already decoded it.
There was a coat of arms on the fresco, a crown above crescents and stripes.
I think that's Catalan, but I know no more.
Hey, Nico.
Yes, George?
Any ideas on what Guénon was trying to do with this map?
Find the tabula veritatis, I guess.
The map had to be the key. The mountain range of Montserrat. The municipality of Tremp. The municipality of El Pont de Suert. The municipality of Vieja y Miseran. The city of Lleida. The city of Lleida. The municipality of Mora d'Ebre. Guénon had been researching the possible locations of the tabula. Perhaps there were some clues left in his possessions. The municipality of Flix. The French castle Montségur. I saw this location highlighted on the fresco. This was one of the locations highlighted on the fresco.
And this was the starting point of the journey of the Bonan, the good man, the Cathars, right?
The municipality of La Seu d'Urgell. The municipality of Puigcerdà. The Soldeo region. The municipality of Sort. The municipality of Col de Nargó. The municipality of Puigcerdà. The municipality of Olat. The municipality of Figueres. The municipality of Bascara. The municipality of Torelló. The municipality of Vic. The city of Girona. The municipality of Santa Coloma de Farners. The municipality of Granollers. The municipality of Puig-reig. The municipality of Berga. The municipality of Bagà. The municipality of Solsona. The municipality of Col de Nargó. The municipality of Oliana. The municipality of Cervera. The municipality of Vieja y Miseran. The municipality of El Pont de Suert. The municipality of Cervera. The municipality of Manresa. The municipality of El Moianès. The municipality of Granollers. The city of Barcelona. The municipality of Terrassa. The village of San Ramon.
Saint Ramon. Ramon told me he was named after a Saint Ramon.
There's also a saint on the painting.
Let me guess, he has a hefty padlock through his lips?
The village of San Ramon. 2 locations down. If the vignettes on the painting were anything to go by, I needed to find 2 more. The municipality of Tàrrega. The municipality of Balaguer. The municipality of Albesa. The city of Lleida. The municipality of Flix. The municipality of Mora d'Ebre. The municipality of Falset. The city of Tarragona. The municipality of Amposta. The municipality of Tortosa. The municipality of Gandesa. The municipality. I couldn't be sure that the municipality. The location didn't sound familiar. The municipality. Gaynor had been researching the possible locations of the tabula. Perhaps there were some clues left in his possession. The municipality. The location didn't. I wasn't sure that I had all the information I needed to. I lifted the hat out of the chest. There was something tucked beneath. I picked up the folded note. It was a telegram. I removed the oilcloth. I picked up the blanket. There was nothing on. I had no desire to. I put everything back. It was an empty. The painting had almost certainly. The suit of armor appeared to be. It was a dust. I deciphered the telegram. The Tabula Veritatis was smuggled out of Montsegur to Catalonia by a group of Cathar survivors. I have confirmed this from confessions extracted by the Dominican Inquisitor Emmerich of Girona. It was signed Wolfram. Eva.
Yes?
Any ideas?
No.
Any more ideas about the locations?
There must be clues somewhere. What else?
There Time to take another. 4 clues, 4 locations. The mountain range of Montserrat. The municipality of Baga. The municipality of Las. I couldn't be sure. The municipality of Berga. The municipality of Berga. Gaynard had been researching the possible locations of the tabula. Perhaps there were some clues left in his possessions. The Dominican monk Emmerich was from Girona, the dog-headed priest on the painting. I'd found 3 locations. Now I had to track down the last one. The city of... That was a total guess. Maybe the painting or fresco would... I wasn't sure that I had all the... The old man was fast asleep. I didn't want to disturb him. It was a shield on which the scroll below the shield read Lorette de Mar. The scroll under the shield read Roses. The scroll beneath the map. 4 clues, 4 locations. I just needed to pinpoint the location they referred to. The municipality. I couldn't be. The municipality. That was a. The municipality of. The municipality. I couldn't be. The municipality of Tortor. Gaynard had been researching the. Perhaps there were some clues left. The I couldn't be. Nope. That was. I wasn't sure that. Hey, Nico.
Yes, George?
Any ideas, Nico?
Maybe we should try and work out which places on the map La Malédiction refers to.
The scroll under the. The scroll. The scroll below. The coat of arms was exactly the same as the one depicted on the fresco. It read Berga. Four clues. So, the coat of arms on the fresco pointed us towards Berga.
Then it must be important.
I could see a pattern emerging. The locations had formed an odd cross shape, similar to the layout of the orbs depicted on the painting. This is the center point of the cross, so the tabula must be here. Montserrat. It has to be Montserrat. The question is, what's Montserrat?
It's a monastery in the mountains, quite a tourist spot. But there's something else. I think it used to be a Gnostic refuge, hundreds of years ago.
Bravo, my friends.
Dovsky?
No, Langham.
No, it's Genan, isn't it?
Very good, Miss Collard.
So, what happened to the real Langham?
He went for a long swim in the Seine. Now, I was expecting to have to rip this place apart and retrace my grandfather's steps, but I do believe you have saved me quite a lot of work. The tabula is at Montserrat. Who would have thought it? The old man will be coming with me.
No, please, take me instead. He doesn't know anything.
And you do? I think not.
But he is old.
Eva, hold your peace, child.
You can't do this.
Oh, but I can. I will. Man is weak, servile, controlled. He must be freed, freed from all constraints, free to fulfill his desires.
And you plan to raise the devil to achieve that?
Not the devil. Lucifer. Now, if you don't mind, we have a long journey ahead of us. Come on. They can rot in there.
We have to get out of here now. I assume that lunatic is as dangerous as he looks.
I'm afraid so, Eva. I think he's killed before.
You know, Nico, we were chasing Medovsky, But all along, we were really up against Gainon's grandson. Hey, Nico.
Yes, George?
What do we do now?
I'm trying to think, George.
The door was locked. That was... The window looked out onto a small courtyard. Try not to worry about your father. Gainon did say that he needed him.
And when he finds that he no longer needs him, what then?
For now, Eva, we need to focus on getting out of here.
Look, daylight.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's a false door, Nico.
So that's why Marquez's father tried to escape through here. He didn't have time to open the false door.
Aha!
Great work, George. Come on, Eva, let's go.
We need to rescue your father and stop Langham before he gets the tabula. Eva, I think you'd better stay here.
Are you kidding? You'll need me, especially if there's a fight.
Eva, it'll be very dangerous.
Signora, you do not understand. It is my duty.
Okay. We'd better check up on Ramon first.
Sure. Then we will go and kick some ass.
Couldn't have put it better myself. Montserrat was way up in the mountains, a major tourist destination. But we went there as tourists. We had an old man to rescue and an ancient tablet to find. And standing in our way was a cold-blooded killer. Why would the tabula be hidden up here of all places?
For hundreds of years, the mountain has been kind of a sanctuary. There's an old Benedictine monastery up the hill.
Well, I guess that's where we need to start looking.
Wow, it's empty. Where is everyone?
This place is normally full of tourists.
I don't like the look of this one bit.
At least it's not monks with guns.
Don't even go there, Nico. Time to bring out the dumb tourist.
It's a role you were born to play, George.
The place is closed.
Hi there, buddy.
Sorry, we got a virus loose. Whole place is locked down. Take a hike, pal.
Howdy. Is this the way up to the monastery?
Yeah, but it's shut. No one allowed in. The monks, they're on strike.
Wow. What happened? Someone make 'em work ungodly hours?
Nah, I don't think that was the problem.
And I guess the virus can't have helped. You know, back in Austin, we have very different attitudes to public health.
So go home and stop bothering me.
Howdy, fella.
Sorry, pal. Monastery's closed. Till further notice.
Oh, gee. Well, ain't that just my luck?
Yeah, ain't it?
And my two pretty sisters here are so looking forward to seeing the monastery.
Life's full of disappointments.
Sure seems that way. And the monastery's definitely up there, huh?
It is, but it'll still be there tomorrow.
Oh, we fly back to Austin tonight.
Well, isn't that a shame?
So why's the place closed?
VIP visitors.
Wow, that's exciting. Which VIPs?
A foreign prince.
The Prince of where?
Yeah, that's the one.
Wow!
So we can't let normal folk in.
Oh, of course not. No, not if the Prince of where is there. Did you tell the prince about the virus?
What?
Your buddy said there was a virus. Did you warn the prince?
Well, there's no need. He's, immune.
Oh, of course. Stupid me. Everybody knows that.
Time for you to go, pal.
I guess it is. You have a nice day now.
And you.
I seriously doubt those guards belong here.
I know.
You want to try turning on the charm?
I'll try.
What is she doing?
Nico usually gets what she wants. If anyone can charm those guys, it's her. What did he say?
He suggested I do something. I told him it was anatomically impossible.
I'm sure they're Ganon's men.
I agree.
I can't get my head around him being a Ganon. I'm gonna stick with Langham.
Good idea, George.
We need to find another way then. Let me have a look around. We're moving away from the monastery.
Yes, but with those goons in the way, we have to find a different approach.
Maybe there's some other way around, via the cable car station?
Or at least someone in there can tell us what's going on. Someone's coming out. Quick! We need to hide! I think it's Langham.
Block everything off. Lock the whole place down, understand? The tabula's got to be up in the monastery. I'm sure of it. Come on.
Yes, boss.
Close all the routes up to the monastery, and then make the old man talk.
Yes, boss.
This time, don't be so gentle with him.
Did you hear that? They haven't found it yet, but Senor Marquez must be in a bad way.
Listen, I have to follow those bastardos. I might be able to slip through on my own.
Sure. We'll see if we can find another way up. You think she'll be okay?
Eva can handle herself.
It was locked. There was a keypad, but I didn't know the code. Something inside the cable car. I couldn't make out. My God! Nico!
What is it?
This telescope! It's free! There were a couple of people stuck in the cable car. They looked kind of familiar. Then I realized it was my old friends Dwayne and Pearl Henderson. The Hendersons had an uncanny way of showing up wherever I went. The cable and wheel mechanism looked sturdy enough, but the thought of riding in that tiny cable car made my stomach flutter. It was the other station for the cable cars. They didn't know I'd seen them. I signaled them back. I wasn't sure they... Pearl was mouthing something and gesturing. Pearl seemed to be writing something on the window. It said, "Help, stuck. Door code 0797. I wondered how Pearl came to know that. I idly wondered whether there was more to find by looking at the scenery. There was a small chapel perched on the edge of the cliff. It looked ancient. Wait, what's that? That rock looks familiar. Nico, take a look at this and tell me what you see.
You are right. That rock looks like a head.
I've seen that shape before. Take a look at this. The face in the Ouroboros, it's exactly the same shape as that rock.
That can't be a coincidence.
And you know what? Langham's got the forged picture, the one without the face.
So the rock won't have meant anything to him.
Nico, I don't think the tabula's up at the monastery. I think it's down there somewhere, around that rock. Follow me.
Do décanter, Georges.
Come on, Nico. Pearl's giving me the code to the door.
What? Pearl? Who? How?
Trust me, Nico. I've got friends in low-hanging places. Huh. There's no one here.
Looks like everything has been shut down.
Help!
There was no lock, but the door...
Go away!
Hello?
Georges? There's someone in there.
Are you all right in there?
Just go away!
A metal lunchbox. Someone sure wanted to keep their cheese safe.
Hey, is anybody there?
Whoa! Did you hear that?
We're stuck in here. Help!
How about that, Nico? A talking lunchbox. Huh. What will they think of next? I better take it with me. No one was manning the counter. The wheels were part of the cable car. The cable cars were scheduled to... The control panel looked it wasn't powered up, and the smell of burnt electrical components hung ominously at... The cogs turned, but the rest of the mechanism didn't seem to be engaging. The control panel, it wasn't... How do we persuade her to come out?
We need to make friends.
That wouldn't... Wait, please. We mean you no harm. Please, come out.
I'm staying right here until I know it's safe.
That was... Sharing pets back at school. Come on, Trevor, do your stuff. I guess she's not into pets. It's all right, Trevor. There's nothing wrong with you.
You must be hungry in there. Would you like a cookie?
No, go away.
That was... That... There was no... If it was a kitten in there, I'd have a winner. Nope, That would have been in contravention of at least 2 articles. That was... The lock was too well... I needed a better idea. The box was now wedged in the cogs, or rather, the giant can opener.
That's quite a mess you've made there, George.
You know what they say about making omelets, Nico?
You can't make them without strawberry jam?
Strawberry jam was smeared all over the... Just as I thought, it's a two-way radio.
Can anyone hear me?
Dwayne, this is George. George Stobart.
Holy cow, George, just the fella I need. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, Dwayne, and don't you worry, I'll have you out of there in a minute.
You reckon you can get the cable car running again?
No, the console isn't working properly. I've got no idea why not.
George, this is Pearl. Get Kat to help you. She knows
everything about that place.
Cat? Is she the girl in the closet?
Has she locked herself in? Oh, dear. Let me talk to her, darling.
Cat? I found you a friendly voice.
How do you know my name?
Cat, dear, it's me, Pearl.
Pearl? How did you get here? That's not possible.
Listen, darling, it really is me, but I'm talking on the radio. George here is a very decent guy, and you should open the door.
I'm not going to fall for that. Prove it's you.
All right. Remember we discovered we both love musicals?
Yeah? And my favourite one is?
How does it go now? Help me out. I am the very model of a modern major general.
Of information, vegetable, animal, and mineral.
I know the kings of England and I quote the fights historical.
From Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I'm very good in integral and differential calculus.
I know the scientific names of beings and homunculus.
In short, it matters vegetable, animal, and mineral.
I am the very model of a modern major general.
All right, only Pearl would know that, and I trust her. Who are you?
I'm George, and this is Nico. How did you end up in a closet?
There were some guys with guns. They took over the whole station. I hid in here.
We're trying to avoid them too.
I was quite surprised, you know. They never mentioned guns at the job interview.
Really? We need to use the cable car. Can you operate it?
Yeah, if the console was working, but they sabotaged it.
And there's no way to get it started?
There might be. Let me see. See that burned out fuse down there?
In the back by the prongs?
Yeah. The idiots stuck a spanner in there and blew the fuse. They wanted to make sure no one could use the cable cars. Connect those two prongs somehow, and the console should restart.
How on earth are we going to reach that?
I don't know. But don't stick your arm in there. You'll get fried.
That would be... The paperclip would do the trick, but I didn't want to just throw it in. Never... Hi, it's Cat, isn't it?
Yeah, Cat D.
Catsy. And you run the station?
No, this is just a summer job.
I didn't think she'd like that. I didn't think she'd... I have half a cookie if you're hungry.
I didn't get to eat my breakfast, but you know, I think I'll pass.
Do you like cockroaches?
No, definitely not.
This is Trevor. He's very cute.
Please don't let him out.
I didn't think she'd... So, what do you do when you aren't locked in cupboards?
I'm a designer.
Oh, I knew a designer once. She...
George, we're in a bit of a hurry here.
Of course. I was just curious about Cat.
Yes, I bet.
I didn't think she... Cat seemed all right, but I decided to keep the... Would you like to talk to Pearl again?
No, thank you. Let's just find a way to rescue.
How come you know about repairing consoles?
I like to know what I'm working with.
Got any ideas how I'm gonna reach those prongs?
Don't you have something useful in your pocket?
Yep, most likely. So what's down there?
There's a little chapel called Santa Cova.
Did those guys go down there too?
Nah, I think they settled for closing down the cable cars.
How do you know Pearl?
She and Dwayne came through here this morning.
You seem like old friends.
I know. It's almost as if I'd seen her before.
Nothing of interest in that. That wouldn't work. The cogs would no longer turn. It was the only area that was safe for me to touch. Anywhere else would have given me one hell of a shock. I needed to avoid touching anything that could give me... I needed to avoid... I could only safely touch the area right at the front. Trevor could help. I set him down at the edge where it was safe. That was all. I realized if Trevor could carry the paperclip, then he could hotwire the prong. But the... Well, Well, I'd done stranger things in my life. The paperclip was now all sticky. I stuck the paperclip onto Trevor's back. He was now fully... Go, Trevor, go! Poor Trevor looked like he needed therapy, but the console was working. The console, it's working.
Cool. I can send you down there if you want. Let me just bring the cable car up here.
Pearl and Dwayne are going to be mighty relieved.
Oh, they must have been going down in the other cable car.
Come on, Nico. There's no time to lose. As we got closer to the face in the rock, I knew for sure that we were on the right track. It was definitely the same as the face in the painting, but with one difference. The symbol of the tabula was missing from the rock formation. Well, here we are.
But no way to reach the face. Let's have a look around. There must be a way up. There had to be a way to get to that rock face. Have you spotted a route yet?
No, it looks like a pretty treacherous climb.
I'll keep looking. There must be another way. Georges, the chapel looks like it's been built right into the rock.
You're right. We should take a look inside.
I wonder, how old do you think the chapel is?
I'm guessing the exterior's a couple of 100 years old, but the inside? Who knows? Some parts could be much older.
You think somehow this chapel might be connected to the face in the rock?
At a guess, I would say so. Hey, look! It's Pearl and Dwayne.
Come on, honey bun. Things ain't that bad.
You just don't understand. Today's been a disaster.
But
the monastery was closed. We got stuck in the cable car. And now this place is a building site.
Aw, sweetie pie.
This was supposed to be the spiritual highlight of our trip, Dwayne. But the only spirit I see is that rotten turpentine over there.
Aw, heck.
Clearly, the Hendersons weren't having a great vacation. Wood shavings. This was one building site that needed Mr. Tidy. They smelt exotic. It was an old crank handle. Great to see you again, Mr. Henderson.
Great to see you too, George. Great work back there with the cable car.
Is Pearl okay?
I wish. I'm afraid we're having one of those days where everything goes wrong.
Tell me about it. What have you been up to since we last met in Quaramonte?
Well, there was that little sideshow in Rome, but we can't talk about that. You know why, George.
I do? I do.
Why?
Top secret.
Need to know, Nico. Dwayne is, snoozer.
Don't you mean a sleeper?
No way, honey. A snoozer's at least 2 pay grades up from a sleeper. So I hear. Anyway, I don't believe I've had the pleasure, Miss,
Nicole Collar. Call me Nico.
Well, how's about that? So this is the beautiful Nico. No wonder you've been hiding her away from me, Georgie boy.
Gosh, no,
It's lovely to finally meet you too, Mr. Henderson. Georges has told me so much about you.
Oh, call me Dwayne, my dear. And let me assure you of one thing. Everything you've heard is quite possibly true.
Dwayne was loud, large, and short-sighted, but boy, was he a charmer. Is there anything we can do for Pearl?
I sure as hell hope so, George. She's been planning and researching this trip for years, our little pilgrimage. And Santa Cova Chapel here was the cherry on the cake. Not a thing she don't know about this place. Madonna, blah, blah, blah. Chapel built in, yada, yada, yada. She's Santa Cova's very own walking encyclopedia. Well, weeping encyclopedia, I should say.
So what brings you to Santa Cova?
Pearl's idea from the get-go. Ever since the unfortunate car accident back home, she's been scouring those pilgrimage brochures. Gotta be full of wonder and life-changing imagery. Got to have penance potential. Got to offer a real spiritual experience.
Well, I'm sure this place will be very spiritual once it's finished.
If the chapel's not what she expected, how about the monastery?
Hot dog, no. That place is for tourists, not pilgrims.
You said she expected a spiritual experience?
No, that's what the brochure promised. Pilgrimages, little monk fellas, singing, shafts of light, the whole shebang.
Smells, bells, and heavenly lights.
Yeah, that's what the lady wanted. Oh, excuse me, Pearl needs me. There, dear.
Pearl could be a mine of information about the chapel, if we could just cheer her up. Pearl.
Shh, she doesn't want to be disturbed.
Hi, Dwayne.
Hey, George.
Hey, that tune you were whistling earlier, it sounded familiar.
Oh, it's Schubert's Ave Maria. In our courting days, me and Pearl used to hang out with the Campanology Society. It was Pearl's favorite.
I thought maybe a squirt of Brett might cheer her up.
Very considerate of you, George, but Pearl prefers a flowery scent.
I knew. Dwayne. I didn't. He wouldn't. Good thing we had the.
In my line of work, I'm always prepared.
For what?
Well, thieves. I gotta protect my lunchbox somehow, George. Oh, excuse me. There, dear.
It was a spectacularly unremarkable traffic cone. A fire extinguisher with all these lighted candles seemed like a sensible precaution. The scaffolding was a little loose. Everything rattled. It made a surprisingly dulcet noise. It produced a dull sound when I rapped my knuckle against it. It produced a dull sound. It was a selection of tools. It produced a dull sound. The hammer produced a promising sound. A.
What are you up to?
Look, I made a Churchenspiel. That sounded like an A. Well, I poured the turpentine into the paint can. The hammer produced a promising sound. A. F sharp. That didn't sound right. G. B, if I wasn't mistaken. Wrong. Well. It wasn't exact, but using the hammer was a great idea. Wrong. Well. The view over the valley. My mother always said cleanliness is next to godliness. An empty, coffee-stained mug had been left by the altar. A statue of the Madonna and Child watched over the chapel. A modern plaster altar had been built against the rock. The wall here was made of bare rock. It looked like the chapel had been built right into it. An old candelabra hung from the ceiling. I'd lowered the candelabra. I often wondered what these things looked like close up. I needed a I lit the candles on the candelabra. That would be pointless. That was never going to happen. That would be... That wouldn't... It wasn't exactly a... But using the hammer was... A. B. G. F sharp. Wrong. No, that wasn't quite right. Well, Hi, Dwayne.
Hey, George.
What were you whistling again?
Oh, it's Schubert's Ave Maria. Oh, excuse me. Pearl needs me. There, dear.
Nico? So what did you mean by smells, bells, and heavenly lights?
I'm talking about the authentic church experience.
Oh, I see. Smells, bells, and heavenly lights. Got any ideas for smells?
Have you found any incense? Church smells don't get much more authentic than incense.
The hammer produced a promising sound. F sharp. A. B. G. A. Not. B. B. A B. A fire extinguisher. With all these lighted candles, seemed like a sensible precaution. A fire extinguisher. With all these lighted candles, seemed like a sensible precaution. F sharp. Well, I needed a... That was... Nope. The hammer produced a promising sound. G. F sharp. G. B. A. G. I had it. It was the tune Dwayne was humming.
George, that's Ave Maria. Let me have a go.
Wow. You really nailed that, Nico.
Yep, this mop really is pretty special. Leave this to me.
Decorating the candelabra with yarn was always fun at Christmas, but clearly a waste of time there. I rested the side mirror precariously on the candelabra. I secured the mirror in place with some yarn. Now that was something. Waves of spiritual goodness in candle form. I sprayed the shavings with Brett. Delightful. It was an empty... I put the scented shavings in the mug. I lit the scented shavings. A sweet aroma started to fill the room.
Pumpkin? Oh my!
What?
The sound of angels, the lights of heaven, the smell of piety, and
Yes?
the Madonna, I do believe. Tears. She's crying, Dwayne. The Madonna's crying. Father, son, little Timmy. Wrong side of the road. Not my fault. The broken leg. Compensation claim. Forgive me, poor Timmy.
Oh, Pearl, my precious, you're such a sensitive soul.
Well, now that's done. I feel my soul's floating on air. We can get on with our pilgrimage, Dwayne.
Just another 1,000 clicks to go.
Pearl was back to her usual cheery self. Mrs. Henderson,
George, dear boy.
how you feeling?
Oh, just fine, thank you. I have just seen a miracle, George. It's all gonna be all right from now.
I'm sure it is, Mrs. Henderson. I'm sure it is. So, Pearl, what have you been up to since we last met?
Well, George, I've been on a journey.
Oh, really? Well, what kind of journey?
A spiritual one. A journey along the road to enlightenment.
Wow. And is that what brought you here?
It is. Though Santa Cova is but one step on that road.
What's so special about Santa Cova?
It's an ancient and very holy place. I've spent the last year researching it, and I can truly say there is nothing I do not know about it.
I don't suppose you'd know anything about that rock out there?
No, only that for 1,000 years, people have claimed to see a face in its shapes.
Still, keeping busy, Dwayne?
Like the man said, George, that old kaleidoscope keeps getting shaken, and the pieces are ever in flux.
Guess it's your job to pick 'em up, huh?
Well, somebody has to do it, compadre.
I enjoyed talking to Dwayne, but I was rarely any the wiser afterwards. What can you tell me about the statue?
I read that the Black Madonna has been here since the 9th century. She's called the Virgin of Montserrat. Some say the original was moved to the cathedral. But Dwayne and I know that's just a bluff, don't we, honey?
We sure do. This one is the real McCoy.
What can you tell me about Santa Cova?
Well, dear, they call it the Chapel of the Holy Grotto. It was built directly into the mountain itself in 1696. It survived the Napoleonic Wars, mudslides, Civil War. But the chapel is still standing today. It's a miracle.
Or a restoration.
What was that, dear?
Yes, a miracle. Hey, Pearl, take a sniff of this.
Takes me back to Dwayne in his frat house days.
I didn't. Hey, have a look at this.
Don't you bring that thing anywhere near me, honey.
His name is Trevor.
You gave that a name?
He's a loyal and useful companion.
So is Dwayne, but I don't keep him in a box, George.
Well, there was that one time, honey.
Not now, Dwayne.
So, this ball of yarn, what do you think?
I think you're a lucky man to have it, George. Keep it.
Take a look at these papers.
That document has the Vatican seal on it. Ooh, you better keep it safe, honey. I bet there's some people who would love to get their hands on it.
Oh, you have no idea. What do you make of this?
It looks like an Ouroboros.
Oh, you recognize it? Let me show you something else. Can you tell me anything about this painting?
Oh, nothing, dear. Apart from the obvious Gnostic connotations, of course.
What?
You know, the Dominicans. All those Gnostic saints. Doubting Thomas, Judas. And you see the woman in the red cloak? The infamous Mary Magdalene herself.
A lady in red.
That's enough now, Dwayne. You know my feelings about her.
Pearl knew her Gnostic onions, all right.
Then there's the Ouroboros, of course.
Something special about it?
Well, if I remember rightly, there was an Ouroboros right here in this chapel. Back in the 30s and 40s, the chapel was renovated. The workmen uncovered numerous symbols carved in the rock. Amongst them was a fine Ouroboros.
But that's amazing. So, where is it?
Oh, it's not there now.
Oh.
It was considered blasphemous, so they plastered over it. Sweetheart, I think it's time for us to go. The road to enlightenment waits for no woman.
'Tis the pilgrim's lot, George.
It was so nice to see you again. And meet your girlfriend.
We're not...
Take this radio, Nico. Never know when you might need it. Keep an eye on our boy George here.
Poor little lost lamb.
I'm not...
Don't worry, this little lamb's in safe hands. Bon voyage.
Bye-bye, dears.
See ya. Nico, don't even start.
Little lamb?
Let's focus on the task in hand, shall we? Okay, this Ouroboros that Pearl mentioned.
You're right. We need to find it.
It was a wall of rock. The Black Madonna was clearly the focal point of the chapel. That I hoped this was the right thing to do. Hey, Nico, I found the Ouroboros.
So what now?
Pearl was right. The plaster had covered an Ouroboros. The medallion matched the Ouroboros in the wall. I pushed the Ouroboros, but nothing happened. That would have been in contravention of at least. I'd already found the Ouroboros. There was no need to damage any more. I decided to exhaust my other options before I started smashing. I needed... The crank handle was connected. The candlelight was dancing on the black... I pulled the Ouroboros. The medallion matched the... That was... That was... I'd already found the Ouroboros. There was no need to damage any more of the chapel. Hey, Nico. Got any ideas?
If the Ouroboros represents hidden knowledge, maybe there's something else we need to do before it's revealed.
What do you think of the incense?
Smells familiar?
Just like church?
Not quite, but it'll do.
How come your Ave Maria sounds so much better than mine?
Catholic upbringing.
Any idea how old the chapel is?
That's what I asked you.
So, we basically don't know anything.
That's the long and short of it, George.
I found a statue over there. A black Madonna.
Great! What did you find out about it?
That's all I got.
Well, it's not a lot to go on.
How do you like my lights, Nico?
They look heavenly, George.
I already had a... I didn't want to... That would... would be pointless. The Black Madonna was clearly the... That would... I pushed the Ouroboros, but not... I pulled the Ouroboros, but it wouldn't budge. I'd already found the Ouroboros. There was no need to damage any more of the chapel. That was... There was a recess in the wall with a Puritas, purity. That was... What was that noise? I knew it. Another secret passageway.
Amazing, George. How did you do it?
Just another case of the old Stobart magic, I guess, Nico. It looks a little dark in there.
Are you scared, George?
Of course not. Just worried about you tripping, that's all. Whoa, this is one dark cave.
It's the door that worries me, George.
Oh, I'm sure the door will open again if we give it a minute. No need to panic. Now we panic. Help! I gotta say, Nico, you're pretty calm about this.
Traveling with you, George, I've got used to this kind of thing. If I panicked every time a door shut behind us, probably forever, well...
You're right. What was I thinking? You see if you can get the door open, and I'll go check out the dark, evil-smelling cave. Fumbling around in the dark wasn't going to be fun. But heck, I'd spent a lifetime doing it, so what was new? The wall felt like it had something carved into it. The thing had branches like a tree. It was a small, round object made of fabric with a musty smell. It was a flat surface like stone. It was a small stuffed animal of some kind. Short-haired. I guessed it was a tailless squirrel. Or perhaps a small badger? I was pretty sure it was some sort of... It felt cold and smooth. It was just my mind playing tricks in the dark. I had no idea what might be lurking in the... Tree or not, it was cold to the touch. Like it felt cold and It was cold to the... My guess was it was a hat, but without light I couldn't be sure. I didn't want to use my last match. Hey.
Hi.
Any luck opening the door?
No, not yet. If you find some light, we can search the rest of the room.
That would be point. That wouldn't work. Nope. That was... I could feel something smooth and spherical with clumps of what felt like fur or hair. I couldn't tell what it was in the darkness. It was stone with a recess in it, and there was some kind of thin twine. A large stone bowl. Hey, Nico, I think I found some light. Whoa!
It must be Genan. Ramon said he disappeared while searching the mountains for the tabula.
So this is where he ended up, dead in a cave. Hole in the head dead. Decomposing for decades dead. And on closer inspection, I'd even say blown your own brains out dead.
Okay, George, I get the point. What is this place?
Who knows? But look at the Gnostic symbols.
You're right. The colors, the trees. But who is she?
It looks like the Virgin Mary, but I don't think it is.
What do you mean?
The red robes and that whole off-the-shoulder look? It must be Mary Magdalene, of course. Marquez told me that the Gnostics revered her. This place, it's some kind of Gnostic shrine.
There's got to be something to release that door. Maybe amongst these carvings.
But if it was that obvious, don't you think Genan would have found it? The ornate lamp warranted a closer look. Genan had certainly been busy before he blew his brains out. I wonder what he'd been up to. I prized the map out from under the arm of the corpse. It looked like Genan had scrawled some kind of last testament onto this map. My friends, I know that you will eventually find me, but by then it will be too late. I have decoded the tabula, and I know our destiny lies in paradise. The key to the power of God is in our hands. I die secure in the knowledge that you will now be able to complete my work. Tell my family that I died doing my duty, that I surrender my life gladly to the cause. In the light of the day, these words will fade, like our souls. But rest assured that when they do, their echoes will guide us to where we will meet once again. I'm not sure, but it looks like crafty old Genan left a secret message in his testament. It had to be Ganon, in which case the body had been there for decades. There was a bullet hole in the side of his head. Just like us, he'd been trapped. He'd chosen suicide. The photograph was of an ancient clay tablet. Ganon had written on it. Someone, presumably Ganon, had taken the time to translate the inscription. At a glance, the inscription seemed to relate to the exploits of someone called the Sun King. If the translation is right, the symbol La-On represents the Sun King. If the rest of the translation is anything to go by, sounds like he was quite the badass in his time. If Ganon's translation is correct, the symbol La-Ha-Shi represents the Sun City region. Ganon had marked this symbol in red with the letter A. Ex luce veritas. Out of light, truth. I'd seen the same words on the fresco at Castel de Sants. Nico!
What?
Is this what I think it is? It must be the Tabula Veritatis.
So Ganon did find it.
It's so small, so innocent looking. Why would Simeon call it evil? Why so many deaths for this?
And why go to such lengths to keep it hidden?
Unless it is as genuinely dangerous as Simeon claimed.
The question now is, what do we do with it?
I picked up the old gun. It was too corroded and rusty to ever be fired again. It was a fedora, just like the one in Ganon's trunk back at the Castel. The years hadn't been kind to it. It was an old water canteen. The contents had long since been drunk. It was an old flashlight. It looked like it died around the same time as Ganon. Ganon didn't smell too bad. He looked almost mummified. Reminded me unpleasantly of Bull's Head Hill, back in Syria. That would be... That... Oil in the bowl of the lamp fed a wick, illuminating the room with a warm glow. The carved figure had once been green. I wondered if it was a representation of Jehovah. There were ancient scratches on the plinth, as if someone had moved the statue. I'm sure that this is Mary Magdalene.
The red robes. It all makes sense. The Madonna would be wearing blue. So, who's the child?
Well, according to the Gnostic Gospels, when Mary kissed the lips of Jesus, she,
Oh, I see.
Yep,
So the Gnostics think that the suckling child is...
I guess so. The pillar had been carved into the shape of a tree and painted green. I knew it represented the tree of life. The pillar had been sculpted into a tree and then painted blue. I knew it was supposed to be the tree of knowledge. A large carving of the Tabula Veritatis symbol. All the other figures in the scene seemed to be supplicating themselves to it. Blue paint was peeling from the carved figure. I wondered if it was an image of Lucifer, A group of figures looked up towards the tabula. They were all colored red. I'd seen something like it before. Hey. What are you looking for?
I'm not sure yet, but there has to be some way of opening the door.
Laughing boy over there may beg to differ.
But George, he didn't have a woman's eye for detail.
The stone door had sealed us in. No way would we... I gave the statue a push, and it turned anti-clockwise. I gave the statue another shove. The Mary Magdalene in the painting was fully clothed, but the red robes suggested it was the same Gnostic saint. That was almost... That... I needed a better idea. It was no time for mindless... I knew it represented the tree of life. I knew it was supposed to... Desecrating a sacred object was... Hey, Nico, what do you think of this hammer?
Well, if I had a hammer?
You hammer in the morning?
No, I'd hammer in the evening.
Getting up close and personal to Ganon's level, but we had to figure... That would... That... When I held the map up to the flame, something started to change. The writing on the map started to react to the heat. Well, I'll be darned.
What is it?
At a guess, the locations on the map might match up with the ones he's marked on this photograph. If the letter E matches the one on Ganon's translation, this must be the location of the young cities. If this letter matched the one on Ganon's translation, this must be the location of the Sun City. If this letter is the same location as the one marked D on Ganon's translation, this must be Sunset Mountain. If the letters match the ones on Ganon's translation, this must be the Mountain Kingdom. If this letter matched the one on Ganon's translation, this must be the location of the Three Rivers region. That wouldn't work. That would... According to the translation, some guy called the Sun King once had the Tabula Veritatis in his possession. The symbol on the tablets looked similar to the ones etched into the face of the Tabula Veritatis. I wondered if Ganon's notes on the photograph might help me decode the tabula. She translates as Mountain Kingdom. Ganon had marked this symbol with the letter B. If the translation is right, the symbol La-On represents the Sun King. If the rest of the translation is anything to go by, sounds like he was quite the badass in his time. Ganon had translated this symbol, Du-U, as 4 victories. If Ganon's translation is correct, the symbol Ka-Ip-Ha means burning enemy cities. The symbol on the Du-A-Shi apparently means the two-river region. Du-A-Shi apparently means the Two River region. Si-ip-ju was translated as the Gardens of Enemy Dead. It looks like ku-u is the symbol for the tabula veritatis in this language. Apparently, the symbol ib-on-shi meant 3 kingdoms. That was the first row of symbols cracked. It was all starting to make sense. So, these are directions. Begin at Sun City, travel 5 days east to a river. Travel south 6 days, through a desert, to the source of 4 rivers. Hey, Nico! I've cracked it!
Fantastic!
The Tabula Veritatis. It's a set of directions. Take a look at this map. The inscription says to start here, at Sun City. Ganon hid the location in his map. It then says to travel 5 days east to a river, then turn south and travel 6 days through a desert to the source of 4 rivers.
And what is that?
I'm not sure, but it must be important, right?
Right. Important enough for the Gnostics to try and keep it a secret for thousands of years. And guess what? I think I may have found a way out.
You have?
Look, while you were busy playing Ancient Scholar, I found this.
What did it do?
I'm not sure.
It didn't open the door.
Perhaps we're missing something.
Must be. If Ganon died looking for a way out, there has to be more to it than just a hidden button.
Then let's keep looking.
Nope. I suspected smashing it harder wouldn't have helped. That... That... In the lost language of medieval mechanisms, that noise was the sound of disappointment, unfulfilled dreams, and sadness. Nothing had happened. I wondered if it was a represent... I wondered if it was... Hey. We any closer to getting out of here?
There has to be a way to release the door. Something that Ganon missed. Or something that Ganon didn't know. That's right! This was a Gnostic shrine. What would the Gnostics have done?
The circle of iron was set into an ornate frame that covered the oil lamp. The medallion fitted snugly into the socket. Whoa! Would you take a look at that?
The light from the medallion is illuminating this green figure.
This could be our ticket out of here.
If you're right, that explains why Ganon never got out of here. He didn't have the medallion.
Nothing had happened. I gave the statue another shove. That wouldn't work. That was all. That... I didn't want to burn that. That wouldn't work. Nope. That was... I gave the statue another... I wondered if it...
That sounded like something important happened.
I gave the statue...
That sounded like something important happened.
That wouldn't... Nope. That would be... Red-robed and bare-chested, the statue was nothing if not striking. The figure was facing straight towards me. I gave the statue another shove. Nothing had happened. Nothing had happened. Nothing had happened. I gave the statue another. Nothing had happened. Hey, we any closer to get...
Whatever you are doing with that lens and the statue, keep trying.
The medallion fitted snugly into the iron frame. It focused light in... Nothing had happened. Is that the door?
Thank God. I was getting worried we'd be trapped here, just the two of us forever.
There could have been worse ways of being trapped forever.
It is the door. Come on, Georges.
Nico and I had the Tabula Veritatis at last. Now all we needed to do was to find Eva and rescue Marquez. And make our getaway.
Don't die on me now, old man.
Georges, it's Langdon.
Stay back.
For the last time, where is the tabula?
You'll never find it.
It's here in this chapel, isn't it?
Just tell him, Papa.
I will tell you nothing.
Look at your daughter, senor. My man would be happy to hurt her.
I cannot let you raise Lucifer. You will bring chaos to the world.
Georges, we have to do something.
You're dying, old man. Tell me what I want to know.
You'll never find it.
It was an old... That... That would... That would be... With luck, Langham wouldn't notice that the gun was useless. Hold it there, Langham.
Well, if it isn't my least favorite American. Where is the tabula?
Even if I did have it, why would I give it to you?
Because you don't have a choice.
For God's sake, shoot him, George.
Yes, go on. Shoot me, why don't you?
Don't push me.
That gun would never fire. Give me the gun before you hurt yourself.
I didn't rate my chances with just a rusty old pistol.
Now, do you have the tabula?
I don't have it. We couldn't find it.
You're lying. I promise you I will kill the old man. I ask again, do you have the tabula?
If I give you the tabula, then you promise you'll let us all go free?
I give you my word.
No, George, no.
So, the Tabula Veritatis. Actually, I will need to take the girl with me. The old man would just slow us down.
No, I'm staying here. My father needs medical help. If he doesn't get it, he will die.
Oh, really?
No!
Problem solved.
Langdon, you'll rot in hell for what you've done.
Hell, quite the opposite, believe me. The world will be a better place, George, once Jehovah has been destroyed.
What?
Lucifer will set us free.
You can't destroy Jehovah.
I can, and I will. Bring the girl.
But you agreed to let us all go free.
She may be of use yet. One of my men will be outside. If they try to follow me, shoot them.
It would be my pleasure, boss.
Eva. You must get the tabula back.
We don't even know where he's going.
All we know is that it's somewhere in the Middle East.
Nothing else?
There was a note, something about our destiny lies in paradise?
And we found a map. It shows the source of 4 rivers, but that's all we have.
Can it be?
You know what that means?
In Genesis, there is a river. It flows from paradise and divides into 4.
Where is this place? This paradise?
Eden. He's going to Eden.
The Garden of Eden? But that's just a Bible story, a myth.
No, it's a real place. It's where Jehovah created life, where Lucifer gave Eve knowledge, where the gods are held in balance.
And now Langham has the tabula to lead him right to it.
Only you can stop him. You must defeat him.
But how?
Eva, she will know.
He'd gone, but I knew he was right. We had to stop Langham and rescue Eva. Marquez was dead. That was no use. Marquez was dead. That was no use. That was no. That was no. That was. That was no. Nico, what do we do now?
We find a way to get past that guard.
There was a door at the bottom of the steps, but I would never have managed to reach it. Hey, over there!
Just try it, sunshine.
Yikes. That wasn't going to get me anywhere. It was a door to an unknown area of the chapel. I didn't think there was a way down to that door from inside the chapel. It was a door to an I needed a bed. That was... Nope. That was all. I needed a... Throwing that at the guard was only going to draw his attention. That was... I needed... That wasn't worth trying.
Listen, this is a big mistake. You have to let us out of here. You stick your head out of that door and I will put a bullet in it.
Nico, that thug isn't going to let us just walk out.
Let me talk to him. Hey, handsome. Could you find it in your heart to let me out?
Look, love, I'll just as happily put a bullet in you as your yank friend. If you fancy your chances, then feel free to try and escape. I never miss.
You could have just said no.
Any luck?
I gave him my best charming French damsel. Nothing. I think it's time to start thinking of another way out.
I needed to focus on... That was all. That would be pointless. I wasn't going to be able to throw. Throwing that at the guard was only going to. The drain pipe entered a small, flat drain cover.
Hey, Nico, I've got a plan. Over.
Roger, George. What are you thinking? Over.
I'm going to place the radio out here. Maybe it'll be enough to distract the guard. Give me a second to set this up, then start talking.
Got it.
I carefully positioned the radio in the...
Quick, George, I found a way out.
I'm warning you, I will shoot.
If I wanted to be sure to hit him, I needed to wait till the... If I wanted to be sure... The guard was already pretty... The hammer hit the guard on the head with enough force to knock him out. The radio had slipped out of... The radio had slipped out of reach.
What did you do to the guard?
Those steps must have been slippery. He took a little tumble. Nico, look. There's a cable car ready to go. Quick, before Langham locks down the system.
You don't think perhaps we should have waited for the next one?
Well, we caught it, didn't we? What's all the fuss? Now, if I can just open this window, I think we'll be fine. Okay, maybe not.
Now, don't panic just yet. I'll think of something.
The catch was on the inside. I couldn't get... That wouldn't open the... That wouldn't open... The catch was on the inside.
You hanging in there?
Let's face it, I'm either hanging in here or plummeting to my death.
I couldn't quite reach the handle. hang on in there.
I'm hanging on, George.
Damn it. It's a little stuck. Just give me a second.
Just hurry up.
Nico!
So, we meet again. I've come for my painting.
What painting?
La Maledicción.
Gesundheit.
Don't play games with me. We both know the painting conceals a treasure, Mr. Stobbart.
You know, even if the painting was yours, I wouldn't give it to you. You're just a common gangster.
A fine sentiment. But I won't let you cross me again.
Again?
You stole my ruble. My Platinum 12 ruble.
Well, that was just an old coin.
$150,000 worth of old coin.
Wow. Well, a guy could do a lot of redecorating with that.
Enough of your American humor. You will tell me where to find the treasure, and you will tell me now.
Not gonna happen. And did you really just say, so we meet again?
Hello? Down here!
Oh, hello, miss.
Could you help me out, please?
Sorry, no can do. But while you're down there, maybe you can clear something up for me.
What?
Something you said when we first met's been playing on my mind.
Do I have a choice?
Exactly.
Exactly what?
Choice.
I don't follow.
You see, I'm a determinist. Goes with this line of work. But what you said in London made me ask one of the big questions. Is there such a thing as free will? Because if there is, then I've made some pretty dodgy choices in my time. So help me out a bit here.
So, do you have regrets?
No, I don't think so. But I am a little worried. This whole free will thing has got me thinking.
We have a choice. We always have a choice. Just like you've got a choice right now. Help us or not.
I don't know. I'd like to. But the boss...
My philosophy class seemed to be working. So, you're a determinist. Isn't that just an excuse to let Medovsky boss you around?
At least I know who's controlling me actions. Do you?
Of course. I do as I choose.
So, you chose to leap off that cable car, did you?
Yes, because you and Medovsky shot at me. You did choose to shoot at me, didn't you?
Well, yes. But I didn't choose to shoot that geezer in the gallery.
You never intended to kill Henri?
I just wanted to rough him up a little. But the gun went off and the rest is history. Free will didn't come into it.
But you'd made a choice not to shoot him. The fact he died was an accident.
So you think I've got a chance of redemption?
If by redemption you mean a spell in jail with time off for good behavior, then yes, I think there is a chance for you.
I need to chew this over some more.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. With a little more persuasion, I thought Shears might be our ticket out of this mess. What do you enjoy in life, Shears?
Well, I like footy, a good scrap, and topiary.
If what you create in topiary is predetermined, what's the point?
Topiary isn't about freedom of expression. It's horticultural Valium. It makes the voices stop.
So, you're a football fan, right?
Gotta love the beautiful game.
So if determinism was valid, why would anyone play? What would be the point of it all?
Sometimes when we lose, that's just what I think. I think I'm having an epiphany. Of course, it might just be indigestion. No, it's definitely an epiphany. I think you're right. The only thing that has led me here is me and my actions. I'm going to talk to the boss. He's sure to listen to reason. Boss! Boss!
What is it, you imbecile? How many times have I told you not to interrupt me when I'm about to kill somebody? Remember what we agreed. I am the big man who takes care of the big things.
And I am the little man who takes care of the little things.
Exactly. So, haven't you got a little thing you should be doing?
There is one little thing, now you mention it.
Well, don't let me stop you. Get on with it, you big baboon.
If you say so, boss.
Oh dear.
There you go. Free will under orders. Now that is what I call a real paradox.
George? You took your time back there.
Yeah, Medovsky and I had a lot to catch up on. And you and Shears seem to be getting on just fine. So, I figured you'd holler when you were done. Always nice to see old friends.
Oh, thank God it's you two. You would not believe what just happened.
Try us.
Oh dear, the monks aren't going to like that.
We had a little philosophical disagreement on the way up. Nothing the little TLC won't fix.
Yeah, they're not really broken, more in a transitional state. It's amazing what a lick of paint can do.
What now, George?
We find Langham, we stop his crazy plan, we rescue Eva, and you win a Pulitzer.
When you put it like that, George, sounds easy.
So, how are we going to catch Langham now?
Well, we've got a pretty good idea where he's going.
True, Mesopotamia. Or Iraq, as it is now. Not exactly a prime tourist spot.
Need a lift?
I don't think we'll catch Langham in a limo, but thanks.
I'm not talking limo, mate. I'm talking Medovsky's full-on, fully fueled tax and ticket Learjet 60.
You think you can get us to Iraq?
Wouldn't be the first time, if you know what I mean. I've got the keys, the contacts, and a full drinks cabinet. How about it? It's the least I can do.
The last thing I remembered was getting on board Medovsky's jet and accepting a cocktail from Shears. Hello? Anybody there? What happened to the light?
Is that better?
Whoa! Senor Marquez?
Indeed. Hello, George.
But you're dead.
Does death worry you?
You bet. I got a nasty feeling it's coming my way.
You have no choice. You cannot allow Langham to destroy Jehovah. Lucifer and Jehovah must rule in harmony, or chaos will prevail.
Don't listen to him, George. He is here to lead you astray. He is a Gnostic, a heretic. Lucifer is the devil. He should be defeated. Jehovah must reign supreme.
Whoa, hold your horses, Padre. I'm no big fan of the devil, but follow Jehovah, and what do you get? Subservience, repression, mindless conformity. Not my cup of tea, pal. I'm more into sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Bacchus is the god for me.
Ah, see what you get when you turn from Jehovah. A paint-spattered hedonist. Don't listen to either of them, George. A heretic and a lazy drunk.
Hey, I'm not lazy.
Nor I a heretic.
I were best forger in the business.
And I gladly died for my faith, as did thousands of my ancestors.
Whoa, 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 fellas, please. My dream, my rules, okay? It seems to me that what you call greed, he'd call ambition, and your subservience is his order. In just about an hour's time, I'm going up against a guy who intends to destroy God. I need advice. Practical advice.
Have a stiff drink and go down fighting. You're a dead man walking anyway.
Nonsense. Put your faith in God, and he will be your shield.
Don't listen to them, George. They're both wrong. Maintain the harmony. Protect the balance.
But how do I...
You have the answer in your hands, George.
In my hands? What do you mean?
George? George, wake up. You were dreaming.
What? Oh. What was all that about?
You were dreaming. Something about sex and drugs from the sound of it.
Yeah. Are we there yet?
Well, that looks like the source of 4 rivers, so the Garden of Eden is right down there.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. I hope you've had a pleasant flight. The temperature in Eden is a pleasant 30 degrees centigrade. We shall be landing on a flat plain about 2 kilometres into the desert, which you will find is a pleasant stroll to your destination. Fasten your seatbelt and all that gubbins. Finally, may I take this opportunity of thanking you personally for choosing to fly Air Shares. We do hope you'll fly again with us soon.
Come on, I think we're nearly there.
Wait, George. I think Shields is having a moment.
Bleeding hellfire. I'm cream crackered. Just give me a moment.
You go on. We'll catch you up.
Guys, there's a small problem.
Is it Langdon?
No, it's worse than that. Come look.
Oh, George, stop being so overdramatic.
Oh, look, a goat.
You like goats?
Love 'em. Hey, we could call it Donna.
Oh, what a lovely name. Isn't it, Princess? Are you hungry, my lovely?
Okay, while you get all David Attenborough on us, I'll take a look around. That's a Wolfram truck, which means Langham can't be far away.